Okay, boys and girls, I love your small moment stories that you recorded and I listened to yesterday. You are stretching them across the pages, telling the parts bit by bit. You're telling the outside story, what happened, what you actually did, and you're telling the inside story, a lot of you are, how you're feeling or what you were thinking. I loved some of the endings on some of your stories. I've been reading these great stories, and then some of them I think, yay, what a great ending. And then when I get to the end of some, I say, what happened? Your stories sound like this. We went to the park. We played soccer. I scored 2 goals. Then we went home. Today, we're going to learn how to write endings that go with your wonderful stories. Story endings that stay in the moment. Okay? Usually you have these wonderful stories about going to Chuck E. Cheese's or playing at recess or playing with your friends, and then you end it with, then we went home or then we went to lunch. Okay? We want them to be a little more exciting and to stay in the moment. Okay, it's so very important that you know how to do this. Okay, let's look at a story that I wrote about something that happened to my class last year. Okay, I want you to look at this. Okay, suddenly the fire alarm rang. We quickly lined up and walked outside. We stood on the parking lot in one long line. It started to rain. Then we went back inside. Okay, that was a good, exciting story, except for my ending. We went back inside. Well, guess what? We figured that, didn't we? We figured that we would go back inside if it started to rain. But I want to find a more exciting ending that would stay in the moment. So listen to me read it one more time, and I want you to be thinking in your mind, how could Mrs. Wood have ended that a little bit better? Suddenly the fire alarm rang. We quickly lined up and walked outside. We stood on the parking lot in one long line. It started to rain. So instead of saying, then we went back inside, what are some ways that we've talked about ending our story? One way was talking about an inside story. How did we feel? Okay, I could have put something like, we're talking about we, me and the class, so we could say, we felt cold and wet. We could say that. We could say, I wonder, remember? I wondered, how long will we stay outside? I could have put what we did when it started to rain. We shivered and shivered because it was cold. I could put what happened when it started to rain. Our clothes and hair got really wet. I like to put filling sentences, so I'm going to end mine with a filling sentence. We felt, whoops, you can't see this. We felt really cold and wet. So you could put sentences at the end that tells I wondered, I felt, I was, or you could tell what you actually did next. Now, you are going to go to the next slide on Class Kick. You're going to listen as I read the story to you. Then you're going to write a sentence that would be a good ending to that story. Remember, we're not going to write things like we went back inside, we went home, the end. We're going to write a sentence that will tell how we felt or something that we did next. Okay, click to go to the next slide.